Hey everybody, welcome into TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. Ethan Jones is with me, our stats guy, and of course Luke Evangelist at the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. And Ethan, you've got a stat for, we do a lot of stats with Ethan, but A&M really good at getting to the quarterback, Tennessee good at protecting their quarterback. So what can you tell me from the information you found?
Yeah, so both teams, Tennessee and A&M, are really good at sacking the quarterback. Tennessee averages 4.4 sacks per game, best in the nation. Texas A&M, 4.33 sacks per game, second best in the nation. So two best teams at sacking the quarterback. Also, Tennessee only allows 1.2 sacks per game, while Texas A&M only allows 2 sacks per game. So both pretty decent at protecting the quarterback. But last game, Texas A&M did allow 5 sacks on Max Johnson versus Bama. So that's a scary sign considering how good Tennessee's pass rush is.
I will maybe pick out of that, who has Tennessee played? Because they haven't played the caliber opponent that I think A&M has played, at least Bama having that one of the best defenses out there. Good stuff there, Ethan. Luke, what was your favorite part of the show today?
My show. Sorry, your show.
Wait. I'm sorry. Let me go to the host of the show, Luke Evangelist. Go ahead. Sorry, host.
My favorite part of the show had to be the Jamies. And again, I'll let you pick. They were both phenomenal.
That's your go-to on Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just so easy. I just love both the Jamies.
Lowest hanging fruit. They were great, as always. We also had the Apex Performers of the Week. That was good times. I'm going to tell you right now, there was a guy by the name of Anaya Smith who made the call. So did Edrin Cooper. Watch the talk about that. KBTX Roundtable had our friends here. Jordan Pugh was here. And we got a little Tennessee preview. That and more here on the TexAgs Rewind.
Edrin Cooper.
Let's do it.
He's a big hog hunter. He was an elephant hunter almost. What did he get? 3 sacks?
Yep.
3 sacks and probably
3 tackles for loss.
What do you have? 11 tackles.
Forced fumble.
Edrin Cooper is playing like an All-American, and that's a game that illustrates it.
No doubt about that. Like every week, you can't call him a sleeper of the week. He is the freak of the week, and has been on a consistent basis, without a doubt. Let's do another one. Anaya Smith?
Oh, of course.
Of course. I mean, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks in a row of just Anaya's domination. 4 receptions, 88 yards, 46 return yards. Didn't get a touchdown. I thought he scored a touchdown. I understand on TV the angle was a little bit different, but...
Well, he had 3 opportunities to score touchdowns. One time he stepped out. The other 2, they just weren't able to get the ball to him. He was wide open on a play early, and the ball was behind him. It was thrown too hard.
Yeah.
To be that close, but he probably would have caught it anyway if it would. And then, of course, the time he broke open behind the secondary, and the ball just was late getting to him.
Yep, no doubt about that. Anaya's
thrown in late.
Where would this team be without him, man? I mean, he's so dependable. And again, I love his energy. I love his focus. I love how he handles press conferences. Like, just everything about that dude, I'm all in.
He's almost the perfect football player.
Yeah,
for what he does.
Yep, absolutely. The other one I was going to bring in is Fidel Diggs. Fidel, like he's the kind of guy. He had 2 sacks. I feel like when he gets hot, right? Like he's not going to just get 1. He's going to get 2. Like that's how he rolls. And he had that 2-game stretch last year, and then he got hurt. Unfortunately, I hope this is a sign of things to come from Fidel Diggs.
Yeah, I like Bryce Anderson. I thought Walter Nolan was playing really well. Evan Stewart, I think, is playing well.
I think they have shown that they can bring pressure. I think they have shown they can put pressure on the quarterback. The problem is that, if the quarterback is able to find somebody before he gets hammered, that's where they get in. That's where they end up getting hurt. So I'm in agreement with you. I think this is a pivotal game for them. But I think it would have been a pivotal game even if they would have beaten Alabama, because it would have been pivotal for other reasons.
Right.
Staying undefeated in the SEC, building on a 4-game winning streak, So I had the Alabama and the Tennessee games circled at the beginning of the year just because they were 2 what you would consider SEC juggernauts back-to-back. And then you throw in the fact that Tennessee's had an off week. That makes it even tougher.
Nicole?
You guys took the words out of my mouth, but Tennessee coming off a bye, and they've only had their weird Florida loss on their record, and so this game's huge. A&M hasn't won on the road since 2021 Missouri, and so they need to make a statement. And I think when you looked at the schedule earlier in the year, they needed to split this Alabama and Tennessee. So especially going into the bye, if they lose to Tennessee and then having to go on, they haven't won on the road, then they go on the road again 2 times after the bye. This is huge for momentum.
Yeah. So coming into the season on this show many times, and this is not groundbreaking journalism, we said the season will come down to the offensive line. Offensive line, I felt for a while has done okay. Like, they haven't been great. They weren't great against Alabama. So just talk about it, guys. This O-line, Max Johnson's been okay, right? He hasn't been Connor. He hasn't been great. He's been good enough to win some games, and they need to protect him. He needs to release the ball quicker, but they need to protect him, Daryl.
What did he get sacked? 2 times, 3 times?
5.
5 in the game.
Got 5. Okay, so I remember 2 of them specifically.
The back-to-back ones that led to a safety.
Yes.
I dreaded coming on the show today because I've been trying to figure out how I feel, right? So initially watching the game, it's kind of like, what is this? So here's the word. The word is disappointed. I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm more disappointed. Now, we can go through it and we can talk about how this team is not dead, how they're right on the cusp. But to me, that's the problem. That's where the disappointment lies. So let's get into it. The front 7 and the D-line I thought played phenomenal. Okay, in the game. I thought it was outstanding what our D-line did, the pressures that they got. I don't know how many sacks they had, but I was looking at, I think it was 23 total rushing yards Alabama had on offense. Okay. So they did what they were supposed to do. They did what they thought what they could do. I thought they were phenomenal. What failed us and what the concern I had going into the week came true was the secondary. Secondary was absolutely terrible. The secondary was absolute garbage. Okay, we're just going to be honest. Jalen Milroe played his best overall game that he's played all season long. It looked like he figured out his rhythm. He figured out what he is within that offense. But what we were concerned about was the big plays that he can do, the big throws, because that's what he's known for. And I mean, to get beat over and over again on those big throws, that was disappointing. From a fan standpoint. Also, I thought it was a tale of 2 halves. First half, I thought we played extremely well as a team. The second half, I thought we stalled out offensively, and I thought we weren't as aggressive defensively in the second half. I thought Alabama outcoached us when it came to the second half just overall. I thought they made the adjustments on offense. I thought they made even better adjustments on defense, and you saw that take over in the game as well. Then as far as the rest of the game is concerned, I think, we talk about the turnovers. The one thing that I don't want anybody to miss is the interception we threw after Bryce Anderson got his interception. I thought that was the momentum swing in the game.
Yeah, I think a lot of Tennessee's issues at the Florida game, and certainly I know A&M has struggled on the road, here the last couple of years as well. But the last couple of games, Tennessee's been in that road environment, Southeastern Conference, Wild, all that type of stuff. Been a whole lot of pre-snap penalties. You're first and 15, you're second and 12. I mean, you're starting behind the sticks, if that makes sense. And I think a lot of that played into Tennessee not being able to run the football as effectively against Florida. Now, give Florida credit. Florida played a great game, and you're right. I think Florida's defensive line kind of measures up to where A&M's defensive line is compared to other defensive lines that we've seen so far this year if you're Tennessee. So I'm intrigued to see kind of what's there. This offensive line for Tennessee has been very much a work in progress. You look at the stat sheet and it'll say, oh, well, Tennessee's offensive line's only given up 5 sacks this year. Now, some of that's misleading. They've been rotating in a whole lot of guys. There's been a whole lot of pressure. There's been, guys at Joe Milton's feet when he's trying to throw the football. So it's been okay. It's not been great, but I think they were still very much kind of rotating some guys in and out of that lineup when Tennessee was playing against Florida. So I'm intrigued to see what this run game is going to look like. Jalen Wright's having a great year. But Jabari Small is a guy that Tennessee's going to give the football to. And then you have Dylan Sampson, who's kind of that third option, but he's kind of a home run hitter. And he'll spell both of those guys. So Tennessee has 3 really good running backs, an offensive line that got its center back against South Carolina 2 weeks ago, which was just massive in Cooper Mays. And they feel good about running the football, and that's what they're going to try to do. But obviously, it's going to be tough sledding.
A little bit more on Squirrel White and Brew McCoy being out for the year. Just how does next man up, pecking order, how does that change the way that they attack teams moving forward?
Yeah, Brew McCoy is, obviously he's a good receiver and he's a name that everybody knows, but Brew McCoy, one of his biggest attributes for this offense was his physicality. And I mentioned those screen passes at and around the line of scrimmage earlier. Brew McCoy, along with Jacob Warren and McCown Castle, the two tight ends, they're out there blocking on those screen passes. And
all right, do you have a stat for us to tell us how many people can like, comment, and subscribe in a 24-hour period?
I think it could be unlimited. I don't think it matters. Everyone should be subscribing.
Tell them. I've already subscribed. I've already liked.
Yeah, wherever the camera. I don't know which one I'm supposed to look at.
The red one.
Like, subscribe, do all of that. Share, please.
The Rockets going to be good this year?
Oh, the Rockets are going to make the play-in this year.
They are?
Yeah, I'm predicting Rockets make the play-in. Jalen Green averages 26 points per game.
Okay, I don't know if I believe that, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.